Oh.
Thank you, everyone, for being on time. We have a lot to cover. The mark is in the rear of the dining hall. Cast,
It's like that
you're up
episode of
first.
Rick and Morty.
You'll need to crack the lock
I'm
and
in.
get us inside.
You son of a bitch.
Once we're in, Talina will use the vents to bypass
Oh.
patrols. There's a steel barrier that blocks access to the hall. Tibbs, can you handle it? Great. Then Isla just needs to bridge the gap.
Isla? They got Isla? Wow. That's what he's been doing.
There's enough in that bunker for all of us to live very comfortably. If we stick to the plan, we should have no trouble at all.
Oh my god! What the fuck is going on?
If we stick to the plan.
Oh, the music. What the fuck? Damn! What is even going
Giant
on?
robots, holy shit.
It's like Labyrinth
Hi, I'm Chris Wilson from Grind
and Betrayal.
Field operatives have different skills such as lockpicking or demolition.
What is that?
And
It's
they
like
can gain
a...
experience from working with us on
It's like a vortex
begin
pull-in
with,
skill.
we'll need
I don't like
heist
that.
contracts
Black hole,
and
yeah.
markers, the currency of the underworld.
That's scary.
These contracts, and once you get to the highest location, your objective will be to reach the secure vault and obtain the artifact within. As you move about, steal things, get noticed, or fight, you'll raise the alert level.
Oh!
If the alert level reaches max, you'll only have a short time to grab
Stealth
the artifact
missions.
or anything else you want before the alarm is triggered and the lockdown begins. So,
Told you
at
guys
first,
it's like
you may want to
Labyrinth.
try to be a little bit stealthy. While you'll only ever be dropping the contraband from the heist, it could well add a new feeling
What
of
is that
risk
skill?
and loss
Looks
to
sick.
failure.
What is
Even
this?
if you haven't yet triggered the alert, smashing the artifact case will naturally set off the alarms.
It's like
And
Blade
that's
Shield.
when you
Look
have
at
to
his
make a
back.
daring
Is that a
escape,
skill?
As guards will flood in and try and stop you
It's
from
like Blade
leaving.
Shield from
It might be
D2.
harder to get out than it was to get in. More rogue companions and are more expensive to undertake. Finding more intel
The
for
guy just,
Blueprint
like,
will take time,
kicks
but
open
you'll potentially
everything.
uncover
So
easier
sick.
escape routes, or further experimentation has been done on gems. And in Heist, you can find gems with alternate quality bonuses. Around
What?
900 gems with a twist, in fact. Some of the new quality benefits will be niche changes for certain builds,
Oh
and
my
others might be
God.
quite a bit better than the normal quality bonus. But wait, there is even more weird stuff coming
What?
our way. In Grand Heists, we'll also be able to find weapons and body armor with brand new enchantments. Being enchantments, these don't take up the implicit slot and can exist alongside of them. Many of these,
Yeah, I like
such
how
as
you
this
guys think I'm
main
gonna
set
get
scales
this.
physical modifiers
The
on
same way I
item,
got a
but
6-link
greatly increases the
seed in
attribute
Harvest, right?
requirements. These items and some
I'm
others
sure
in
it's gonna
Heist
happen.
are using a new system. This dedicated slot allows you to specialize in improving your heist rewards in different ways, such as having additional divination card drops, converting regal orbs to exalted orbs when they drop, or making some items drop corrupted. Most of these modifiers are focused on changing loot in Heist themselves, though
36%
some may extend
chance?
beyond somewhat. Aside from the League itself, Heist
Like what?
also brings new additions and improvements to several skill categories.
What
the first
the
is
fuck is
curses.
going on here?
With the addition of various means of casting curses, there ended up being no real reasons to manually handcast them.
Yes.
Without harming these other methods of cursing, GGG is interested in providing some valid reasons to cast a curse yourself. Firstly, now when you cast a curse directly, it will grow in intensity over time, providing some pretty tangible benefit to those curse, cast speed, AoE, and duration nodes on the tree.
Oh!
Various curses have been tweaked and improved overall, and there will also be several new gems that interact with curses, such as the
Ooh.
Impending Doom support.
Impending Doom?
This new support gem causes cursed enemies to explode when the supported curse ends, whether by monster death or
Oh.
otherwise. In the footage, for example, the player is actually overriding the supported curse with another curse to remove it, thus triggering the explosion.
Oh! That's sick!
Flame Wall, for example, creates a wall of fire that deals damage over time to enemies that try to move through it, providing you some defense against approaching enemies.
Dude,
However,
Pewie's
it
finally
also
going full
sets in
D2.
projectiles
I love
fired
it.
by you and allies on fire, I think
Now
I
they need to go
personally saved the
D3 and give
best
us
for
Locust
last,
Swarm.
though.
And then we win.
Void Sphere is a literal black hole. Once placed,
This
it
I
begins
don't
sucking
know.
in enemies, grouping them up, and damaging them. Enemies
People
that
always
die
wanted
near
a skill
void
like this.
sphere will be
I'm
completely
apprehensive.
absorbed, leaving
So
nothing
strong
behind,
in every game.
and preventing
This is the
monsters
sort of
from
skill
leaving
that
dangerous
everybody
corpses
uses
behind.
and nobody
Also,
can
it looks
avoid.
super dope.
And no matter what, you have to use it for utility. Yeah, the animation is really sick though. I agree. This is a scary skill to add. Man, the black hole is spooky. Everything else, fucking insane. Black hole, spooky shit, man. Spooky shit. Like Wolcen had that problem. Last Epoch had that problem. Diablo 3 has that problem. Especially, you know, having played Witch Doctor. Any game that adds an ability that CC's so hard and just like stacks shit up. Yeah, I haven't played an ARPG where it wasn't an issue and it wouldn't like really dominate the gameplay. But I don't know. They can always control the cooldown, I guess, and the charges and everything, so that it can be like just essentially a stronger vol skill, which I am a big fan of. I do like cooldown skills a lot, so it might work. I wish Ziggy would pat me with his toes. Many curses are now classified as hexes and now use the doom mechanic. Self-cast hexes build up doom the longer they're active, increasing their effect. Impending doom support and doom blast. Doom blast, dude. Impending doom triggers doom blast when the supported hex on an enemy expires, causing an explosion of chaos damage based on the level of doom that had accumulated while the hex was active. Damn, that's cool. Kind of like Penance Brand in a little bit. Like accumulates and shit. It's cool. Whoa! That's potentially really strong. Damn, that's looking spicy. Really good. Call of Steel causes all impaled enemies in a large radius to release all of their spikes at once, dealing area damage as the shards burst out of them. Damn, these things look sick, honestly. That's very cool. Very, very cool. I like these a lot. A lot. Dude, fire skills, whatever it is, I love it. Oh, hell yeah. That looks cool. If PoE's combat gets changed and like more of these skills will become a thing, I'm all for it. I always wanted PoE to have more fucking cooldowns, more fucking skills, more like tactical usage. Hate to say it, but more like Diablo 3, you know? Just a little bit more mindful and a little bit less mindless. And they've been doing a really good job implementing all of this sort of shit. And I think for PoE 2, it could be very nice. Very nice. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like the new skills. Except, again, this one. This one's scary. But I might really like it. Editor Andy literally wants me to talk about a trillion things. I don't know anything about him. I don't know where the Rogue Arbor thing is. I'm pretty sure that it's a separate zone, so that's cool. New NPCs. Always very cool. I like new NPCs. Although I did tend to find that 90% of the budget goes towards the actual voice acting and then very little is left for the actual league, but it seems like it might work for this PoE. Planning heists and trading them. I don't know anything about trading them, I'll be honest. I think that's something that MP is going to fully utilize. The planning looks cool. I mean, I'm a big fan of Betrayal, and I think in the case of Betrayal specifically, they really nailed kind of optimizing what you want to do with it for your gameplay. And it took them a little bit to get it fully sorted, but you could do it from the beginning, and eventually they really made it into like an amazing system. Betrayal definitely has a lot of problems, but I think the fact that you can just change gameplay to your liking and then change the rewards to your liking to such a massive degree, especially in current PoE, you've got like all these influences and shit. It's a big deal. So if you can do that to any degree with this, I think that's pretty big. And then the running the heists only, I have no idea. I mean, it seems like it's not something that Chris intended, because he did mention Delve when he was talking about it specifically. But yeah, but then they talked about how this kind of compares to maps, and the only comparison that's apparent to me is the fact that they roll. But then that could be a negative thing as well, because if somebody just starts playing PoE and he's like just covered in mechanics and this is one of them and he's like, oh, the heists are like maps, guess it's not that interesting. I can see that potentially happening. I think these sort of leagues are, they need to get the player in, like the player already has to be invested to really fully enjoy it. So, and then the new equipable items, trinkets, it doesn't seem like it's something impactful outside of the heist themselves. Yeah, not like Omega impactful, but still making a difference. And I mean, in the text that they showed us on the website, it was something like 5% chance for a Regal to be an Exaltador, but then in the video, it was like 36% chance. So, it's a big freaking number. But also Regals really don't drop a whole lot, so we're gonna have to wait and see. It is a cool concept overall. I wish they would do it more, but it's the sort of thing that has just long-term effects, and you can't necessarily take it out. So, we'll see. I mean, it does seem like Heist is something that they're designing to stay from the beginning. It's sort of a, to me anyway, a gameplay improvement on Betrayal mixed in with a couple other things, but we're gonna have to wait and see how it feels. I definitely would like some bosses in there too. And then yeah, the alternate gem quality stuff is really insane, I think. Because some of the things that we've seen were just number changes. And in the case of Archmage specifically, it was pretty impactful because half of your Archmage turns into cold, which is a big deal. But then some other ones, like the Firestorm, I'm pretty sure that it just entirely changes the way the gem plays, where probably reduces the amount of projectiles, but then increases the AoE, essentially making it into a meteor looking skill. But then I'm sure it's also going to be a nightmare to acquire them in SSF. Yeah, I'm a big fan. It does seem like it has the potential of like Threshold Jewels done right. And it didn't seem, despite there being like 900 of them, it didn't seem insanely time consuming. I wouldn't compare it to D3 runes. For most of them, it seems like it's just a numerical change. But hey, maybe there's a lot more to it. I can totally see it just feeling like a completely different gem, but then maybe scaling it the same way, or making it feel like the same gem, but scaling it a completely different way. A lot of potential there, nonetheless. And then the new enchants and gear, I don't know how accessible they're going to be. I don't know where you're even getting them from. Apparently everything drops from heists, but just doesn't explain enough, I think, for right now. The thing is, I'm kind of surprised because specifically with Harvest, which was a league designed to not be implemented into the core game, they really attempted to completely blow your dick off clean, right? Like they just went completely crazy with what you can acquire immediately. And going from Harvest to this, it doesn't seem nearly as impactful, which doesn't necessarily make it worse. They're definitely trying to clickbait it a lot less than what they were doing with Harvest. But I don't know. From my perspective, it looks great. Hopefully, it will continue to look great. And I, in particular, am really looking forward to the Curse reworks as well. Gem changes are always where the fun comes from. But the gems and fire abilities potentially, and new skills, and they're announcing more. I'm definitely positively surprised. I thought after Harvest, I really didn't have any sort of expectation of anything, really. And it's looking pretty spicy. And it's the sort of update that I think will pretty heavily focus on balancing again. So that's something that I'm looking forward to as well. Because when you're adding this many skills and when the gameplay changes are kind of in a way basic and you just had a skill tree rework, I think there's going to be some pretty intense shit going on in the patch notes.